What's up, YouTube world? Last time that you saw Nathaniel and I, we got part of the front suspension on, but fell short because there was a ball joint that was bad on one side that I didn't have the part for. And I also didn't have the removal tool because it just wasn't available. So I was at the part store today and found that the tool had been returned. So I snatched it up and brought it home. Had to figure out how to use it. I've never used one before. So I took off the old ball joint that was there, and then I went ahead and put on one of the new ones, and just to figure out what combination of sleeves and other parts to use, so I can show Nathaniel when he comes in. I'll either do it tomorrow night or we'll probably do it this weekend sometime. But I'll let him do that so he knows how to do it. One thing that was pretty adamant about, I had rotors and calipers, some brakes, the old brake lines, bearings, all that stuff I already had for this car, but it was really old. I just didn't really know what condition they were in. And when Nathaniel gets his car at 16, you got to understand that he's going to be a brand new driver. And it's going to be a pretty fast car. Anyway, the point is, I want him safe. We're going to give him all brand new brake parts in the front. That is the kind of stuff that I'm going to mock up and make sure we're good to go with. So I'm going to get started. It points through that way. There you go. And this is why we have to press.
Yeah.
Because that's as far as you're going to get it.
Yeah, okay.
You can keep trying.
No, I'm good.
But it's basically going to sit here like this, and you're going to take that breaker bar, and you're going to crank this thing around. Okay? This cap here, on the top part right here, and you see this little ring right here? That fits right inside that, so it doesn't come out, all right?
Okay. Got it.
And that sits in there. You see how that bevel right there
Yeah.
holds it on there? So there's that half. That goes away. Can you hold that for just a moment?
Yep.
It's going to be heavy and kind of awkward.
Yep. Right.
Now keep it. Oh yeah, it's going right in. Perfect. Getting your workout today. You're almost there, about a quarter inch to go, bud. To get this ball joint and this ball joint connected to this spindle. This goes in here like that, this one goes up here like that. You're never going to do that without that spring compression. What it does is clamp on the outside like my hand is right there. It just squeezes it down to where the height of this thing will come down to about maybe 2/3 of its current height. And that'll compress it just enough that I can get this lower ball joint connected to this upper ball joint, slide it through these holes right here, and then put the casting nuts on, bolt them together, and then I can take that spring compressor off. Yeah, it's going to be so nice to see this thing down on all 4 tires. I just want to roll it outside just to see it. Like I know it's going to be a pain in the butt to get it back in the garage. But I just want to roll it outside to see it. Like I might even like mock up a fender or something like that, just to look at the, like to see the car on all 4 tires for the first time.
Yeah.
And get like a whole side profile of the car. You got to have those little victories because it gets you excited, man.
Yeah.
Like, yes, check it out. And then you go back to reality and put it back up on the jacks because you still record it.
Yeah.
So
Let's not talk about it right now.
I know. Okay, so I'm a proud dad today. Most of you might not know this, but Nathaniel has other talents. And besides a love of cars and the outdoors and campfires and that sort of thing, he's actually a pretty talented musician. Come check this out.
See what
Nice.
these sound like, because I'm hearing those.
Yeah.
And those don't sound bad. Now he can concentrate on learning all the different rudiments that he's been doing at school.
Yeah.
And incorporating that kit.
Yep.
Over and over.
Yep.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't see, this is going to get in the way of that big pocket right there too.
That was a problem.
Yeah, this may not work. And I looked at the other style,
Yeah.
and it was so big that I don't see that it would fit through that hole. I don't see that we're going to be able to use. Anyways, it was too long.
Yeah. Dang it.
I'll have to try to use the inside kind of pull it down.
Got it.
Shoot. Put it in the palm of your hand and grab the edge of it, brush it in, rotate it. Okay, go ahead and set that thing down, make sure the taper is the right direction. And put it in there. And then make sure it's nice and straight. Always keep working on that side until you see it start to level out. Slide it over that spindle right there.
Alright. Get a little grease on it.
Yeah, I've already packed that bearing, so make sure the taper's the right direction.
Yep.
Push it in there tightly. Find your key and slide it over.
Yep.
There we go. Push it in there again. Put those on top.
Pretty quick, right?
$26 simulated chrome dust cap.
Yeah.
Remember light taps. There you go. There you go. I'm going to lube up these bolts. Got them lubed up so well, it slipped right out of my hands. Isn't that crazy how it fights you going in, but then you twist it, slide a bit, and it's so loose it falls out. You might have been whopper jaw. But the last time I put springs in a car, because I swapped out from a 4-cylinder to a V8, was like 1985.
Wow.
The spring of 1985. That was that very first orange Monza Town coupe of mine.
Yeah.
And
And it
that's when Grammy and Granddad went on vacation.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell them what I was doing, and I swapped in that V8 while they were gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which they thought was impressive until they realized I left grease on the carpet in the house, and then they were pretty upset. So we tried to put the entire front suspension on the car again this weekend, and we failed because why?
The spring clamp thing was too big. I don't know what it's called. So
It's a spring compressor.
spring compressor.
Yeah, so I got the wrong kind. I got the kind that goes on the outside of the spring and not through the inside of the spring. And this car in the spring is just too small to be able to handle that. The cup and the deep dish of the control arm just wouldn't hold it, because once you compress the spring, then the threaded rod of the spring compressor just got completely in the way, and it doesn't work. So we were able to get the lower control arms on, right?
Yeah, got those on.
Got those on, and we assembled the spindle and rotor, packed the bearings, put in your bearing retainer, greased everything up. No calipers yet. We'll put that on. We tried to put them on. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And that's it. Really short weekend.
Yeah.
Had some fun playing around on the drums.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not always about being out here in the car. I mean, you had a big project to work on at school.
Yeah.
But that was fun. But as always, well, it's fun for me, not so much for you, apparently.
You had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I gave up school a long time ago, so working on homework sometimes is fun for me. Not so much for you, though.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, as always, homework comes first before anything. So we spent most of the weekend working on homework, and then getting that done. And we had just a couple hours out here in the garage today, and then only to find out that the spring compressor I rented was the wrong kind. So not a whole lot done, but that's fine. We had fun. We'll finish it up another time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Sometime. First it was snowing, now it's raining. It's a lovely night to go get Nathaniel. But you know what? I'm still happy because I get to go get him. See ya. Kevin contacted me the other day and said, hey, watch for a box on Wednesday. And I'm like, I think I remember telling you. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that this was coming. And I just thought maybe it was some small box. Well, it came today, and yeah, it's 2 huge boxes. And don't worry, I started to open it, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is not for me. This is for you. So I'm going to have you, oh, what is it? I can't even tell. What is it?
Yeah.
Need help? There you go.
I don't know. Probably shouldn't
Do you want to lean it over?
Probably shouldn't be man-handling like this.
Okay. Oh, check it out.
Ah, nice.
It's your tan dash.
Hey, sweet.
Wait, isn't that the one that I sold him? It is. He just gave it. He just gave it back. Thanks, Kevin.
Merry Christmas, I guess.
I sold this to you. You're not supposed to be giving it back.
Merry Christmas, I guess.
I guess. Definitely Merry Christmas. Wait, what's in the green packages?
I think that was just filler.
Is it?
Actually.
It looks like there's something in it. Here's a pocket knife.
Hold this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Bubble wrap! You just give that to me.
Yeah.
You keep the gift. I'll keep the bubble wrap.
Well.
What's in there? It's...
Oh.
Dude, are you serious?
Hey.
That's the one thing that we, well, that's another thing that I sold. Not knowing that we were going to build your car was a rear spoiler. And he's giving it back to you.
Kind of.
It wasn't that actual spoiler, but...
Jeez, alright.
That's awesome! Thank you, Kevin!
Hey, look at that.
Oh, you need the, sorry, you
Yeah,
need the knife
yeah.
blade. Well, I guess that tells us what's in another big box.
He does?
Well, because it's long. I'm going to
good
guess that
point.
that's probably what's in there is the center section of the spoiler. These are just the end caps.
Good point.
Yeah. Dude. This is not a
Hey.
this is not a cheap thing. These are near impossible to find.
Jeez, alright.
And you having trouble over there?
Nah, not at all.
And not only are spoilers hard to find, but near impossible to find one that is straight and not completely warped to death and unusable. And I remember when Kevin got this spoiler from a salvage yard way out on the East Coast somewhere. You let the dogs in?
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let them in. That's fine. Hi, girls. Check it out. No, that's not food. Sorry.
No, please back away. I would rather not stab you.
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? I know what's in there anyway.
You know what's in there. That's right. Time to move on to the other box. Getting all gunked up. Oh, you scared the dogs.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Pull that out. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Hey, you know,
Check that. Oh, you know what? Check out the spoiler or the decal on the back. You notice how the stripe's a little bit different on that?
Yeah. It's a
That is from
Spyder.
that's a 1980 Spyder. That was the only year they had those big billboard stripes down the side of the car and across the back of the spoiler as well.
It's a pretty nice Christmas gift.
Now, was there anything else in this box?
Well, I had checked them.
Hey, these are
Jeez, alright, thank you.
expensive.
Wow, thanks a lot. Wow.
Very cool, dude. Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Actually, please.
What
Jeez,
are you doing?
I don't know.
Dude, that's awesome. Pretty stoked about that.
Jeez, yeah.
That's kind of a big deal. That's so stinking cool. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. Running these out to the garage to drop them off, and then I'm going to try to work on the front springs here. Ugh. And get this going, because I got a spring compressor that I've got to return tonight that I rented. And so Nathaniel's got a constitution test that he's got to study for. Again, this is real life, so sometimes he's out here with me, sometimes he's not. I'm going to go ahead and do the first side. I haven't even tried this thing to see if it's going to work yet. Here it is. Haven't even opened it up yet. There's a there's a zip tie on there. You can tell I haven't opened it up. So anyway, I'm going to try the first side and try to get it on there quickly. And if I can figure this thing out, then, and if I think that there's enough time to have Nathaniel come out before he has to go home and he still has enough time to study, then yeah, we'll come out and work on this. So wish me luck. I'm gonna turn on the heater. Yeah, that did work. Not only do I not have heat, because I've run out of kerosene, I now have to open the door so I don't choke to death.
2 hours later.
All right. This is like the nightmare that never ends. So let me show you what happened here. I've got the spring, and you can see a little bit of the compressor still in there. And I got it compressed enough to get it into the lower control arm. And I began to jack it up. And I got it pretty close. But you could see that I couldn't quite reach it. Because the more I kept jacking up, I'm now picking up the car. There's just not enough weight on this thing. So, yeah. I thought maybe I would run inside and grab my wife and Nathaniel because they were the only ones home at the time. And then I realized it's already time to take him back home again. And my wife had already done her workout and had a shower, and so I didn't really want to bring her back out here in the garage either, especially when it's cold and she's going to get dirty again. So, and Nathaniel and I had to go. So, we'll come back another day.